We interrupt this regularly scheduled episode of the Heyman Hustle because last night I went to a comedy club here in New York City. Now, you know about comedy clubs in New York City. They have mentally ill people handing out tickets.
That's right. I used to be a CPA until I went crazy.
And a friend of mine said, I know the most difficult joke that can ever be told. And you can't match me. So today, I match him, or Heyman gets hustled.
The Heyman Hustle!
They say that comedy is a dark, dark world. I don't think that was ever more evident than when Gilbert Gottfried told the Aristocrats joke. They actually made a movie about it because it was the dirtiest joke ever told. There's a family, and the father walks in, and he's the mother in the and as he's the mother in the mother is dog's balls. And as the dog has his balls getting he's f***ing the up while she's the brother's balls, and the brother is grandmother. Obviously, we can't tell that joke here. So, I was at this comedy club last night because I had free passes, and also because the featured comedian and I used to buy pot from the same guy. Anyway, so the comedian told two jokes for the whole hour, and one was the Aristocrats, which I can't repeat here, and the other was the 3 Foots. And if you never heard of the 3 Foots, you're about to. And I know what you're thinking. You know, I'm always been a stickler for the English language, and you know, it's not 3 Foots, it's 3 feet. But the guy who wrote the joke was probably an illiterate moron. So anyway, what happens is that my friend told the joke, the most difficult joke for a comedian to ever tell, the 3 Foots, and then pointed me out and said, "Match that, mother." And I figured I'll either try it or I'll flop miserably, and you can all have a laugh at my expense, which is what usually my wife does after a performance in bed. But, you know, that's another story entirely. So, anyway, here it is, the 3 Foots, or something like this. So there's these 3 rabbits, Foot, and Foot. And Foot goes to Foot after eating a carrot, and Foot says to Foot says Foot to Foot about the problem that Foot has that he's telling Foot about. Foot says Foot to Foot, I got a hold of a bad carrot, I think I, Foot, am going to die, Foot. Well, Foot says to Foot, you're not going to die from a bad carrot. Foot says Foot to Foot about Foot's problem. And Foot says to Foot, yes, I, Foot, am going to die, so Foot, you, Foot, need to tell me, Foot, what I'm going to do about this, because I, Foot, got a hold of a bad carrot, I know that I'm going to die. Well, Foot says to Foot, you're not going to die from a bad carrot. Foot says Foot to Foot about Foot's problem. And Foot says to Foot, yes, I am going to die, Foot, so don't tell me, Foot, about what you, Foot, think that I, Foot, am going to die from or not, because I, Foot, am going to die from a bad carrot. So, Foot says to Foot, let's go to Foot, because Foot knows everything. So Foot says to Foot, we can go to Foot. Wow! Foot says Foot to Foot about going to Foot. So Foot and Foot go to Foot. And of course, Foot knows everything because he's the head of all the rabbits. And so now Foot says, Foot, what is the problem? And Foot says, my God, it's Foot. Foot, you told me you could take me to Foot. I didn't believe you take me to Foot. But Foot took me to Foot. So Foot says to Foot, it's such an honor to meet you. And Foot says, shut up, tell me the problem. So of course, Foot says to Foot, here's the problem. Foot says to Foot about Foot's problem. I, Foot, got a hold of a bad carrot. I think I'm going to die. So I, Foot, went to Foot, and Foot told me he could take me to you, Foot. And Foot says, well, you got a whole bad carrot. Why do you think you're going to die? And Foot says, because I, Foot, am going to die from a bad carrot, because that's what rabbits do. You eat a bad carrot and you're going to die. And Foot says, nah, you're not going to die. Why would you die? So Foot takes Foot by the arm and takes Foot out of the room. And of course, Foot says to Foot, thank you very much for your advice. And Foot says, get out of here. And Foot takes Foot down the hallway, and guess what happens? Foot drops dead. I told you comedy's a dark world. So now Foot stands over the dead Foot, takes out a gun, turns around, walks into the room where Foot sits on his throne. And Foot walks up to Foot after Foot has now died. And Foot walks up to Foot and shoots him in the head. And then Foot takes the gun, turns it on himself, after Foot has now been assassinated after Foot's death. And Foot kills himself. Huh. Oh, there is a moral to this story. Why go on when there's one foot already in the grave? What, nobody liked the joke? Oh, man. There goes my future as a comedian. Maybe Vince McMahon was right about me.
The Heyman Hustle!
All right. I got another one for you.
No!